What's up, guys? Let's take the new 1.68 valve out for a test drive. I want to put some miles on there and see how it does on gas. So let's see how it cruises. Hey, I should mention that I took the absolute simplest and cheapest approach to this swap, and I kept the 1.3 intake manifold and carburetor. And the intake ports on the 1.3, I think they were about 27 millimeters, and the intake ports on the 1.6 head were about 30 millimeters. So there might be room to gain some power by doing an intake manifold swap later. And if I want to stay with the carburetor, do an intake manifold swap and a different carb adapter. Not being real heavy on the throttle. I'm not real sure what condition the cooling fan is in, and I really don't want to over rev it and sling a blade or something crazy, but thought this would be good to get out and trying to run it about 50 or 55, see how the gas mileage turns out, see how the power is on, you know, maintaining a steady cruise, because that's my biggest problem I had with the 1.3 and the 33 or the 31 1050 tires, is that it could barely maintain 50 or 55 at a cruise. I mean, I could get it all the way up to almost 80 if I wanted to floor it downhill in fourth gear, but just to maintain 50 on the interstate or something even slightly reasonable was nearly impossible. So we're cruising about a little bit over 50. It's not under a really heavy load. I am on a little bit of a downhill right now, but we are in fifth gear. Got pretty decent oil pressure, about 40 psi. I haven't tuned the carburetor, so it's still set up the same as it was for the 1.3, except for the idle mixture. I did richen that up a little bit. Seem to go a little bit lean at heavy part throttle before it opens up the secondary on the Weber carburetor. But it's maintaining pretty good on some flattish ground. I'd probably normally be driving this in fourth gear just to maintain the speed. Hopefully that'll result in a little bit better miles per gallon, because typically driving like that in fourth, I get somewhere between 15 and 18 miles per gallon. Now I've got a pretty good air-fuel ratio. A little bit of an incline here. We'll give it some gas. A little bit steeper incline here, probably about 4 or 5%. Just a little shakedown run to see how everything's going, make sure nothing's gonna fall off of it before I start, you know, driving essential things like work. You know, you don't want to break down and miss out on a night's pay or something. But I'll see how it does when it flattens out a little bit. We're still running uphill. Wide open throttle. We are running uphill, but in fifth gear, that's about as fast as it's going to go. It's not too bad, a little bit under 65 with some 31 1050s. 5-inch spring over axle lift and a axle lift, so it's not very aerodynamic. Wide open throttle air fuel is about 12.9, so that's not totally unhealthy. So even though I'm going to have it floored, it does have a pretty decent bit of torque to get up a mild incline without downshifting. Downshift on this. This is fairly steep, not too awful bad. Not really looking in the video, but the Samurai knows it's steep. Alright, and that did walk us all the way back down to 55. But still, I didn't have to downshift. Alright. Starting to level out, get a little bit of downhill. Nothing but light part throttle to maintain this. I even caught up to a car. Kind of the other way around normally. Apologies for the bouncy video. The Samurai is not the smoothest riding vehicle. Spring conversion might be fun later on. And again, this is a 1.6 8-valve motor. And it's said to have about 150,000 miles on it. All I did was put new bottom end bearings in it, new gasket kit, changed the clutch, and I had to change out one exhaust valve that was bent. It's got another exhaust valve that was kind of bent, but it worked. Uh-oh. We're slowing down, but we're hitting another incline. See how the Samurai recovers going up this hill. Still haven't had to downshift. Looks like we made it back to town without breaking down. It's a good start. If you've been watching that air-fuel ratio, the carburetor definitely can handle a little bit of tuning. Still maintaining a nice, easy 45 in top gear. Super light load. No effort at all. about hitting the interstate, but I'll probably save that for another day. It seems like a good place to sling a fan blade. I'd like to do a electric fan conversion before I get that far. Put in a new radiator. Not really anything wrong with the old one, but there's a lot of nicks and dings in it, and I'd hate for one of those to pop loose. So, well, anyhow, I hope y'all enjoyed that. It's been a fun little test ride in the new motor. Y'all like, subscribe, and we'll see y'all in the next one. Well, it looks like after a short drive of about 28 miles, averaged out about 21 miles per gallon. So that's substantially better than it had been getting before, especially for the amount of heavy throttle I used going up some of those hills. So not bad so far. We're going to keep track of it and see how much we can get out of it and what it gets on average.